Okay, and we're back. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. And we're back. All right, so tonight we're going to talk about Facebook marketing in 2017, how to crush the competition. So the question is, why crush the competition? Because I have yet to meet a client of mine that refers to their competition in nice terms. You know, every time I says, who's your competition? And they're saying XYZ company. Says, what would you like to do about it? They said, we'd like to crush them. So this is about crushing your competition. Let's start with a story. Who in the room knows Julia Tuttle? Have you ever heard the name Julia Tuttle? Julia Tuttle, one person, two. Huh? The Causeway, Julia Tuttle Causeway. Perfect. Well, here is Julia Tuttle. Julia Tuttle was originally from Cleveland, Ohio. She inherited 340 acres of land in Miami from a deceased father. And the land was just north of the Miami River, what you and I call downtown Miami now. And she had a big problem. The problem was that all you had in Miami at that time in 1894, 1895 was swamps, alligators, and mosquitoes. Not really what you and I know downtown Miami to be. And her issue was that the train came all the way down to West Palm Beach. Henry Flagler had brought the train down from the north, stopped in West Palm Beach. As far as he was concerned, all you had south of West Palm Beach was alligators, swamp, and mosquitoes. So she approached Henry Flagler and she offered him half her land. Half of 340 acres of land. And guess what Henry Flagler said? Not interested. Sucks down there. You got mosquitoes, swamps, and alligator. I'm not interested. Literally, he turned her down. But fate stepped in. In 1894, an event called the Great Freeze happened and wiped out the entire citrus industry from West Palm Beach on north, which means that every single one of Henry Flagler's friends and associates and investors had lost fortunes. People were completely wiped out. And guess what Julia Tuttle did? She sent Henry Flagler a basket of oranges. She says, you know, probably with a note like, how about that, Henry? Hashtag, how do you like me now, right? Now, that's not what she did, but she sent him oranges, and that's what actually brought the train down to Miami. Miami was what came to be in 1896 because of Julia Tuttle's genius idea and concept and understanding of the famous rule, what's in it for me? See, she understood that. She could have said, listen, I'm going to give you all of my land, and you still would have not been interested. You know, she could have made all kinds of promises. That didn't matter to him. What mattered to him was oranges because of the orange and the citrus industry. So why does this matter? I am not sure, but that was a great story, right? We're going to try to tie it in a little bit as we go along. So let's get some context here. Why Facebook? Why Facebook in 2017? Well, because Facebook is the 800-pound gorilla in the room. Like, it's no question, Facebook is the king of the jungle. As long as you think that the gorilla is the king of the jungle, of course. But I have a lot of clients, and they come to me and they say, well, Antoine, what about Twitter? And what about Instagram? And what about Snapchat? And what about, you know, this and that, and YouTube and whatnot? I'm just like, listen, yes to all of them. All of them are important, but every single demographic that we have in terms of age group, in terms of money that they have to spend, in terms of everything is telling us that the major share of all the social media traffic, at least with people that have money, is on Facebook. See, all the teeny boppers are on Snapchat and Instagram. See, my daughter, 15 years old, she's on Instagram. Facebook is like, ew. That's old people's social media, literally 15 years old. But guess what? She doesn't have any money to spend. Well, as long as I give her a little bit, but she doesn't have any money to buy any of your products. She doesn't. So she's on Snapchat. So if you want to sell bubble gums or whatever you want to sell, you want to appeal on Snapchat. But the vast majority of us that have money that can actually buy products and services are on Facebook. So if you look at the ad spend up to the third quarter of 2016, it's all Google, all Facebook, and then the rest. That is the reality. And what we're going to be seeing in 2017 and 2018 is the Google share is going to shrink and the Facebook share is going to grow. Maybe you have a little bit of growth at Instagram. Maybe you have a little bit of growth at Snapchat, which lost $20 billion 2 weeks ago, by the way, right? Because they haven't figured out how to keep their people coming back and whatnot. All the ads is going on Facebook and Google. That is the data. That's the hard data. This is where the money is going. So if you're going to be investing some time, some money on social media, you want to do Facebook. So let's dive in. Let's first look at Facebook marketing and the way it is. And the first thing I need you to understand is that organic reach is dead. So let me explain to you what organic reach is. If you have 100 people that follow your Facebook page and you put a post, the chances are it's going to reach about 3 of them. That's it. That is the reality in 2017. And that trend is not getting any better. It's actually getting worse. The odds are, at one point or another, there are chances that it will absolutely reach nobody unless you pay a little bit of money. This was an amazing slide at Social Media Marketing World in March in San Diego, which I attended. And this was a slide from the CEO of that organization. And what you have here at top, this is their total page like growth all the way up to February 2017. So you can see that you can see the growth and how it actually has grown, and it's almost at 500,000, and they started at 326,000 early in 2015. You see the growth, like how much they've grown. But look at this one. That is actually their organic reach. It's been going steadily down. So the growth in number of people who are following them is actually going at the opposite direction for the organic reach. And if you put those two slides on top of one another, this is what's happening in Facebook. See, you can get like you could gain 2,000 followers on your Facebook page. It is not going to do anything to your organic reach. So what does that mean? Well, that means that if you want likes, you need to pay. That is the deal. Like in 2017, if you want to reach people, you have to pay up. So I have pushback sometimes from some people telling me, well, you know, I don't understand, what about my organic reach and what about all this? Like it's not fair and whatnot. I'm like, how much are you paying Facebook every month to have access to your feed and everything? 0, right? Like anyone is paying anything to have access to their Facebook page? Well, how do you think they're making their money? They have to make, you know, the way they're making their money is with Facebook advertising. So that's what you're getting in exchange, right? And you get access to Facebook. You gotta see the ads. So let's talk about Facebook advertising. Facebook advertising right now is the cheapest you can buy eyeballs. And let me explain to you what I mean by eyeballs. What you're buying with Facebook and in marketing and in advertising is you're buying people looking at your brand, looking at your company, looking at your products and services. Right now, in 2017, it is the cheapest way to buy a pair of eyeballs looking at your products and services, bar none. I still see people putting, do you know how much a billboard costs on I-95? How much? $5,000. Well, $5,000 is a crappy one. Actually, the last I checked, which was 2 months ago, was $12,000 to $15,000 for a high traffic billboard on I-95. Where is $5,000? Where did you get this data?
It was a few years ago.
Okay, a few years ago. Yeah, it's 12 to 15 grand, right? For having a billboard on I-95. Now, I want you to get this, okay? All the people that are not driving are looking at their cell phone. You know that, right? And half the people that are driving are also looking at their cell phone. And they're selling the billboard on I-95 based on the number of cars going through, based on the number of eyeballs that could potentially look at this. And I'm like, are you crazy? Like, I'm looking at this and I'm like, can you imagine, I mean, Facebook marketers here, can you imagine what you could do with $12,000 a month? I mean, I'd have your brand being seen by people in China. Like, it's really amazing. Same thing with television. Who skips on all the advertising on television here? You watch your show and you skip on all the ads. We're right there. But people are paying thousands of dollars. So right now, Facebook is really the cheapest way. And I'm going to show you some slide that proves that. You're going to see the impact that it has. However, Facebook is running out of inventory. So what I mean by that is that the number of ad placement that they have is running really low, which means that they have less and less room, so that means that the price is going to go up. So as of 2017, it's a great time to get in, but it's not going to last long. But what I think is going to be interesting is we're going to see the cost of Google going down, which we haven't seen yet, and we're going to see the price of Facebook going up. So maybe in a couple of years there'll be time to look at PPC again, but not right now. It's still, in my opinion, if I'm going to look at Google versus Facebook, by far Facebook is the much better deal. So big no-nos, buying followers. I actually saw a post recently of someone asking about that. Is this a good idea? No, it's not. It's the worst idea ever. For each one follower you buy, a puppy dies. Right? Now just remember that. It's really, really a bad idea. All those followers do absolutely nothing for you. It is going, you know, for example, you have a brand and you only have 300 followers and you want to look like you have 2,000. It's just really not a good idea. Like a guy like me, I'm going to look and I'm going to see that all your followers are fake, that it makes no sense, and it's not going to be good for your brand. So please do not buy any followers. By 2020, which is really right around the corner in 3 years from now, Facebook will be all mobile, and all videos. This is what we're heading towards. Everything will be on your device right here, and it will be all video content. That's what we want. That is the device that we're going to be on. And the content that we're going to want to consume are videos, right? So if you're looking at it from your standpoint, what do I need to do and how do I need to position myself, my brand, my services, and my products? It has to be mobile friendly. It has to be working for mobile. This is the device. I don't know where this is going to end up, on our sleeve, on our jacket. I don't know what's going to happen with this, but this is not going away. This is going to get more sophisticated and better. It is going to be incorporated with everything. As you can see right here, this is what we're looking at. This is all the airports. This is all the trains. This is all the metros. This is everywhere you go. You know that people are on their mobile phone. Like going to an airport, you know, everybody is on their mobile phone. It's not like it was in the old days when we used to talk to one another and have conversation and say, hi, how are you doing? Not really, right? The only thing that changed is the size of the content we read. You know, I think this is just the most amazing, because I hear a lot of that, like, you know, we used to be different and this made us like antisocial and whatnot. It really didn't. It just put the world at our fingertips. But it's like, you know, I remember when I took the train many years ago, because I'm not a, you know, I was there before we had mobile phones and the internet. Yeah, we didn't talk to people in the train. You know what I mean? It's like you just get in, you get your spot, you open your book, and you do your stuff, or you read your paper. So it really hasn't changed much. It's just the size of how we consume content and the volume of content that we have. So let me tell you one thing that's actually is really interesting is the most shared content on the internet. Now I think this is fascinating because you need to understand that in order to understand social media. The most shared content on the internet is awe-inspiring content, 25%. How inspiring is the father that pushes his handicapped kid with the marathon. You know, this is all those things, the tear jerkers. Now, those content, we can't get enough of this, right? So this is one of the things. Laughter, 17%. 17% of all shared content on the internet is laughter. 15% is amusement, 14% is joy, and 6% anger. This turned what I used to say a couple of years ago completely upside down. I used to say, it doesn't matter what you do on the internet. You know, just be overly positive or overly negative. Just don't be neutral. It actually is not true. We want to be overly positive. We actually are sick and tired of the negative crap. We don't like it. I mean, it's there. I'm not going to bring it up because it's just right there. There's a lot of negativity. But we actually don't like it. This is not what we share. What we share is the happy stuff. Right? So in terms of your Facebook marketing, what should we do? Happy, that's what you should be doing. Anything happy is a good idea. You need to become a ninja at it in Facebook marketing. Or you need to hire someone that is. You know, there's just no two ways about it. And Joshua in accounting is not a good idea. I mean, I see this over and over and over in companies that say, oh, Joshua knows he's 22 years old. He's on social media. He understands that. No, he doesn't. My wife is, my daughter is on social media probably 12 hours a day. That doesn't make her a marketing expert in any way, shape, or form. She doesn't understand anything about creating custom audience, creating campaigns. She's a consumer. Being a consumer and being a marketer is two different things. So either you become good at it, you educate yourself, which I highly, highly recommend that you do, or you hire someone that is highly, that's a great expert, or partner with someone that is. But it's like one of the two has to happen with marketing yourself in 2017. So there are three things that I want to talk to you. The first one is Facebook Pixel, Facebook Wi-Fi, and the Ads Manager. I'm going to talk about it briefly. I'm not going to go in depth about it. But the first one is Facebook Pixel. Every single one of you should have a Facebook Pixel on your website. A Facebook Pixel is a little bit of code that you take from Facebook, put it on your website, which actually looks at the traffic between Facebook to your website, and it's looking at the behaviors of people. Where are they coming? Why are they coming? I think that that's mildly important. Wouldn't you agree? Like, knowing what people are doing on your website, where are they coming from? This is really a must-have in 2017. You need to have that installed. If you don't know how to do it, you need to find someone to help you do that. Now, the second thing is Facebook Wi-Fi. That blew my mind. I learned about that at Social Media Marketing World in March in San Diego. And the room is, everybody is a digital marketer. So she says, everybody knows about Facebook Wi-Fi, right? And we're like, no, what is that? And she's like, oh, great. So let me explain to you what Facebook Wi-Fi is. Facebook Wi-Fi is the ability to put a router in your business. And when people are coming into your business and say, can I get Wi-Fi, for example, like this restaurant, and you say, yes, please find Brogue's Facebook or Brogue's FB, and what shows up in front of you is a little window that says, please like our page to have access to Facebook. Every single business that does, they're seeing like an explosion of followers on their Facebook page. Like one of the most difficult to do in a business is to get people to like your page. Imagine all the dentists, all the law firms, all the restaurants, every single one of them could triple their Facebook followers, like just like that, just by installing Facebook Wi-Fi. I mean, like it's a no-brainer for anyone to grow their Facebook fan base. It requires a special router. There's 5 routers that are compatible with them. We actually found one that costs a whopping $40. So you buy the router, you just basically hook it up in any business, and you set it up with Facebook Wi-Fi. And now when people are getting Wi-Fi in your business, the first thing they have to do is like your page. And by the way, once they leave, you can ask them, can you please give us a review? Like no brainer, right? And the third one is the ads manager. You need to become really good at the ads manager. This is where you manage all your ads, all your campaigns. This is where all your campaigns to drive traffic to your Facebook page is going to reside. You need to learn that. The Facebook targeting inside the Facebook ad manager is the ability to create a custom audience. There's nothing in my opinion that beats the Facebook target audience capability. You can target audience with lookalike, so people that look like this, that they're not this, but they look like this. So people that for example, for the fitness, that that also like healthy lifestyle. So people that look like this. You can actually target people that went to your website if you have the pixel. Wouldn't that be great to being able to target on Facebook people that have been to your website before, so they see your ad? You can do things like that. Also, people that have viewed videos on your Facebook page. The targeting ability in Facebook, in my opinion, is what is amazing. You can target by zip code. You can target by income bracket. You can target by gender. So I can target male in their 30s that are good looking, that like the heat, that just got married, that are in that zip code, that like music. Like, if I have a product like this craft beer, for example, and I know that my target market is 35, it fits him, I can put it in front of Ricky right here, and you. But for me, for example, I may not be a good fit, right? Because I'm a French guy and I like red wine. So why should I see this ad? Well, it's not going to show it to me. It's only going to show it to you guys. What else does that out there? I don't know any marketing platform that can do that. What you need most with Facebook marketing is patience. And that's what I see that people have the most lack of. They're not patient enough. Like the number of people that are telling me, well, I tried it didn't work. And I'm like, how many ads did you try? 3 ads. Really? For how long? For a month? Really? Now, you need to try it hundreds of times for 6 months. Like you have the ability to do some campaigns and boost some posts for a few bucks. Like there's really no reason for you not to being able to try that. But really, patience is what's needed. This is a graph from Moz. This is not Facebook, but this is Moz. And the reason why I'm showing you this is because this is the actual result of a dentist at Sunrise in our area. And we have driven all the traffic to this guy's website from Facebook campaigns, right? And what we have done with this is we have created to his website a huge authority. So what I want you to get with this is 600% growth from September 15 to August 16. Who's okay with 600% growth? Who would like that? Right. Now, but let me show you something, because I think that this is really what's key with this graph. Let me show you 6 months. This is 6 months. How does that look? How many of you would be bailing out? No, but be honest. Yeah. Some of us would say, I don't know if it's working. Yes, it's working. You just got to be patient. Let's look at, 7 months, 7, 8 months, right there. It's still not great. What we've just reached is momentum. After over and over and over doing the campaign, what it did is it just created an enormous authority on this website and blown the traffic away. So this is what internet marketing looks like. This is what you need to be patient. Now, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't be worried at 6 months. You should be looking, you should be asking questions. What are we doing? What's working? What's not working? You should be looking at it, but you need to have the patience to see it through. That's really important. And there's no better graphics to show this. I'm going to do question at the end if you don't mind, okay? So Facebook videos have 3 to 5 times more engagement and everything that we've seen. Facebook videos is what we need to be doing. I was telling you in the initial slides that it's all mobile and all videos, and we are seeing it in terms of the results that we're getting. right out the door, we will get 3 times more engagement with a video than from a link or a regular post. And many times we'll see at least five-folds. We've actually seen more than that. 5 times more engagement, 5 to 8 times more engagement. But what's really interesting here, and on average, the number of, out of 7 posts per week, 80% of what people are putting out there are links. Just links to stuff. And 19% of photos. And less than 1% of videos. There's an enormous amount of growth around videos for Facebook marketing that you should all look at. So videos 101, same thing. You either need to learn it or hire someone that is good at it. Now, not everybody that does video actually understands social media. I've actually had problem with video marketers or traditional video marketers, which I'll call they're romantic about their trade. Like they don't understand that, you know, we need to do, this is not a video production. We're not writing a script here. We're not shooting a commercial. We're doing a quick video. They don't always understand it, or sometimes they'll say, well, to do a video for your business is going to be like $3,000 to $5,000, and I'm like you don't get it. We are producing videos for our clients around $600 to $750. But obviously the amount of time that we're putting into it and what we're producing it and how we're producing it is consistent with what people want to consume on Facebook. So it doesn't require all that production. It can be done very simply. The good video recipe, they need to be authentic. Don't sell. The last thing you want to do is being here on the platform, hi, buy my crap. That's not going to work. Don't do that. And square. The reason why I say square is we're seeing that square format is really the way to go. So authentic. Who have seen this video? The Chewbacca mom. Most shared Facebook Live video ever. Who hasn't seen that one? All right, you need to see it tonight. It's one of the funniest things you've ever seen. You cannot not laugh. You cannot. So look for Chewbacca Mom Facebook Live tonight when you get home if you haven't seen it. And watch it from the beginning to the end. You cannot not laugh with this woman. And the reason why it worked is because it was authentic. It was real. She didn't put on a show. Now, obviously, I know we're talking about Facebook marketing. You're going to say, how does that apply to my business? I'm just making a point here. The authenticity is really what works. So don't be scripted. Just be like real. Be yourself. We have a company called Eric's Outboard, and they sell boat parts to fix your boat, make sure your engine. Look, isn't that sexy? Don't you actually like say, woo? I just can't wait to go and visit that store. So here's how we transform their campaigns. This is what we're advertising. See, again, we're using Julia Tuttle. See, they don't want parts. They want to go fishing this weekend. So what we're saying is your boat ready for the weekend? That's really the question. And by the way, if this was a video, that would have 3 to 5 times more engagement. Because now I'm actually being with it. I mean, is the guy going to catch a fish? I'm going to be watching this, but what I'm doing is I'm engaging with the brand, and then there is going to be a message that says, you know, do you have all the parts to make sure that you're not going to be stalled for the weekend, right? The square videos, they're seeing 28% more views on average. So a square video, if you have someone produce video, if you're going to be producing video for yourself, square is the format. So the difference between square, do you know what I mean by square? Like a regular video is the size of a television. It's actually this, right? So that is how most videos are actually produced. They're the entire width of the screen. If I'm doing a video that is square, well, it only would be that square. And the reason why is because that's how it works on a mobile phone. So the reason why we're seeing more views, if you think about it, if this video was rectangular, it would be about half the size on the screen. As simple as that. So actually it produces a better experience for the user, and this is why a square video is the format to go. So if you're going to have someone doing videos, just make sure they're doing the videos in the square format. Say again?
Facebook guidelines. They tell you all the sizes.
Right, exactly. So the tools that you need to have. There's a couple of tools for videos because I think this is the most important if you want to do it yourself. Nowadays, most annoying thing with those cameras is they only shoot 29 minutes and 59 seconds. Don't ask me why. Or you can get a digital camera like what I have here. It produces a better quality. You can put a better microphone on it. It will give you, you can do better quality things, but it's not required. You don't have to do that. If you're going to get serious and do it yourself, then I highly recommend you getting a camera like that. But the phone is going to be do a great job. You need to have a microphone. All the videos, that's one of the biggest pet peeve with people when we consume content. If the sound is crappy, we're out, right? We're not particularly friendly with that, so just make sure you get good sound quality. So even if you're going to do it with your phone, buy yourself a microphone. The little microphone, wired microphone like this, I bought one for 20 bucks on Amazon. It's got a 20-foot cord, and you plug it into your phone, and it will give you a great sound. And obviously lighting, that's really important to have good lighting. I cannot tell you how many videos that I see that people, don't have good lightings. I bought this light here, right there for 80 bucks at Home Depot. It will give you, you'll get a 10 after 10 minutes. I mean, this is a construction floodlight. I'll give you all the light. Actually, most of the time I spray the ceiling because it's too bright. But it'll give you all the light you need. I was looking for professional lighting, and I was looking at things in the thousands of dollars, and I was like, thousands of dollars? I'm like, I'm too cheap for that stuff. So I went and looked for that. Now, since then, I bought a kit. The kit that's on the right with the umbrellas and whatnot. It costs a few $100, but you can start with a light like this. Just make sure you get good lighting. The tools that are required to do videos, there are 3 that are free. iMovie is really a good tool. Windows Video Maker, which is in the middle, that's really an easy tool that is also free. And Animoto. Animoto is probably one of the tools that I'm going to recommend because it can do a whole bunch of stuff very easily, very affordable. It's like 20, 30 bucks a month to have access to Animoto. And you can do a whole bunch of stuff, little videos, little animations with pictures, and all kinds of really nice stuff. It will give you some templates, so it makes it easy for you to get your feet wet and do a nice little presentation for your company. Now, if you're going to be serious and you're going to develop yourself in there are 2 paid tools. If you're Windows, Camtasia is a great tool, or you have Final Cut Pro, which is the tool on the right. These are a lot more complex. You can have multiple layers of videos on top of one another. Yeah, Camtasia is also on the Mac, so both work. I'll do the questions at the end if you don't mind. No, it's quite all right. It's quite all right. And then, this is the typical setup for people that want to do videos. And if you look at that, this guy has he has the microphone right here. He has probably a digital camera. You could actually have a phone, like a little bit of lightings here, a little screen in the back. But this is not a complicated and expensive setup that you have right there. And this guy can do some great videos talking about his business and what he does. So doing video production is not really a complicated process nowadays. So let me talk to you about a couple of things about the Facebook ad recipes, which I think is really important. I want to drill this point to you. A great ad with the wrong audience is not going to produce the result. Well, let me talk to you about that. A great ad. What would be a great ad? Well, a great ad would be something that would be funny, or something that would be interesting, and something that would be a video, right? We talked about that. So that probably is going to be a good ad offering something. But if you're targeting the wrong audience, as in people that are not necessarily interested in your products, that is not going to work. Because that's what happened. It's like when people say, well, I tried it, didn't work. That's why it didn't work, because they had possibly a great ad, but they were targeting the wrong audience. Or sometimes it was the other way around. They had a great audience. A custom audience was awesome, but they had a crappy ad. Like their ad was like, well, that's boring. Like, that's not going to work. So the recipe is a great ad. So it's a great video. It's a great piece of content that is really interesting and in a great audience. That is what's going to produce the results. So use the patience plus repeat equals success formula. Why I'm saying that is because you're going to have to do this hundreds of times. This is what we do with our clients. We actually do not knock it out of the park on the first try. We have to try all kinds of things. Let me show you an example here. And by the way, a big budget is not required. You don't have to spend hundreds of dollars. You see, for a Facebook campaign, we do Facebook content sometimes where we only spend like 15, 20, 25 bucks. That's all we're investing. While we're doing this is we're testing the waters. You cannot do that with a television ad. You cannot do that with a billboard. You cannot do that with a bench on the street. Well, let me just put 10 bucks in that bench, right? I'm just going to take the upper right-hand corner and see if that works. The same thing with the billboard. You have to go all in. Well, you don't have to go all in with Facebook. You can try things out. You know, try things, see if it works out. Like, for example, this ad that we did with a law firm in Fort Lauderdale. This is targeting debt collection lawsuit, debt collection attorneys, right? All we did is invested 15 bucks on it. And look what we've got. We got 12 engagement for 15 bucks. Now, you may say, well, that's not a lot of engagement, Antoine. And I would say, how wrong you are. Who's PPC here? Who does PPC? Okay. How much for debt collection attorney would you guesstimate that the average cost per click would be for a keyword like that?
I was just looking, it's $12.
Yeah, 12 bucks. So for 12 bucks on Google, $12 a click, that is not even a potential client. That's just a guy that is clicking on my ad. It is going to cost me 12 bucks to put my piece of content in front of you. See with Facebook? Would you say that that's a good deal? Yeah, it's $1.50 at best. That's a really cheap way. Now, obviously, we've targeted, the reason why we don't have, by the way, we only reached 715 people, but out of 715, 12 of them engage with the content. That is amazing. And 10 of them clicked. Whoops, sorry about that. What did I do? This way. Right? 10 of them clicked. That actually is $1.50 per click. That is an amazing campaign. I can do it. I can do this all day long. I showed this to Google PPC people, and they're like, "Well, we need to do more of that." So basically, with Facebook, you need to what I call like rinse, repeat. Do it over and over and over again. I've invested 15 bucks. Now I can go to the client and says, "Listen, this worked like a charm. Let's put 150 bucks to it." Now I'm going to reach 5,000 people. I'm going to get $1.50 a click. I'm going to get all kinds of traffic and all kinds of leads in there. This is going to be awesome for me. But I didn't have to invest $1,000 to find that out. I invested 15 bucks. Like, what else does that for you out there? There's nothing out there on the market that does that. So this is the recipe to win. Just try 15 bucks and do it over and over again, rinse, repeat, and you're going to get the right ad. So one of the things that you get also with Facebook is that low impression ad are going to be high cost. Let me explain that to you. The idea here is to get the lowest cost per engagement as possible. Like $1.50 for a debt collection attorney is like magic. It's like all day long they're going to invest money. How we were able to find that out is by trying it with 15 bucks. So we know that we have a high ad impression that is going to give us the lowest cost. Like if we had gotten one click on that campaign, we would have said, well, that's 15 bucks a click. That's pretty expensive. Let's not do that one again. Let's try something else. Does that make sense? So it gives you the ability to actually knowing how much are you buying those people, those eyeballs. You could buy them right now for some brands at 30 cents a pair of eyeballs to look at your brand. I mean, that's like dirt cheap. There's no other products, or $1.50 for that attorney. That's really amazing. Like, let's look at this campaign here that we did for another attorney law firm in Fort Lauderdale. We spent 20 bucks, $20. We got 1,000 engagement. Is that a good deal, Mr. PPC? That is actually out of the park, like amazing. The reason why it works, by the way, Because it's a video. See the difference between the printed ad and the video? I mean, it's like there's no comparison. People watch the video. It's a video, and what he talks about here, by the way, is not selling anything. What he's talking about domestic violence. What people need to know about domestic violence. How it happened, why it happened. Actually, the conversation that he talks about, which is really interesting, he talks about how sometime a conversation goes out of hand and something happened. Now, obviously, domestic violence is a very serious subject, but sometimes it happens, you know, a word is too high, one too many drinks that night, and something happened. Well, things happen, and when the police come to your house, someone is going to jail that night. That's what he was talking about. Got 1,000 engagement. That was this video that produced that. You know, really, really great piece of content there. And for example, this one that we did, again, it was a video. 2,711 people reached. This was an ad that we did. This was organic, all organic here, no paid thing. 1,430 views, 194 reactions, 16 shares, 28 comments. Do you think we're going to be investing some money with that post? Yeah, you bet. Like, that's the type of stuff, that's what we're doing. Like, we're putting a video, it's getting an amazing traction, an amazing engagement. We're going to put like $200 on this. Like, we're going to get thousands of views of people that are going to know about this company, which is a large frame shop in Miami. I mean, there's no other ways for us to be doing that with any other platform than with Facebook. Does that make sense? All right, let's look at another one. This is a crappy one, for example. That's how we know something that is not working. We invested $15, so that was actually not complete. Look at the number of impressions. 4 engagement. That's what we got. We're like, oh wow, that sucks. Like, that didn't work. So we were like thinking, why it didn't work? I don't know. You and I can debate all day why it didn't work. I think it's a quality picture. She looks friendly. It looks like, you know, the dentist has gloves on. It looks like make an appointment. I mean, everything as far as I'm concerned looks decent. Right? It's not a bad ad. You would see that and you would say, wow, Antoine, that's awful. What were you thinking? But the thing is, what we were able to find out is by investing $15, that didn't work. So guess what we're going to do? Well, we're going to change the ad. We're going to put a video. We're going to invest $25 and we're going to see if it works better. And if that doesn't work, and we're going to try something else, put $15 and do it again and again and again until it works. And then we're all going to have amazing results. So, Facebook ad recipe to conclude this presentation. Well, basically, remember Julia Tuttle. What's in it for them? Right? What's in it for them is not what you're selling, what you're doing, but what they want to do. So we're not selling like boat parts, but we're selling fishing. And the one for the dentist, by the way, the reason why it didn't work, and I'm going to tell you why it didn't work, is because nobody wants to go to the dentist. Do you know that only 50% of the US population goes to the dentist on a regular basis? 50%. You know why? Because that sucks. Who likes to go to the dentist? Raise your hand. That's yeah, two of you. Well, thank you guys. You know, who hates the dentist? Raise your hand. Yeah, there you go. A whole bunch of hands. We just hate it. So that's why it didn't work, is because we had an ad that would actually showing something that the vast majority of us don't like to do. So we had to rethink that. And that's really what I got out of that, what I was talking with a dentist, what we got out of that, right? And then do videos. Facebook marketing in 2017. What's in it for them? Give them a basket of oranges, do a video, and you're going to win.